You've probably noticed something. Maybe you've experienced it yourself. Maybe you've watched friends go through it. Or maybe you've simply been paying attention to the patterns around you. Modern dating feels off. There's a growing sense of entitlement, an obsession with materialism, a lack of reciprocity, and a quiet frustration that many men feel but rarely talk about openly. First dates where she orders the most expensive item on the menu and expects you to pay without even a thank you. Relationships where her needs are urgent, but yours are optional. Breakups where somehow you're always the problem, no matter what actually happened. Dating profiles that read like demand lists. Rules for you, privileges for her. And a lot of men are asking the same question. Why? Most people get this wrong. They think this is about individual women making bad choices. They think it's about good ones versus bad ones. They think the solution is simply being more selective, more confident, or changing their approach. But that misses the bigger picture. What if the behaviors you're seeing aren't random? What if entitlement, materialism, and dysfunction are not accidents? What if they are being encouraged? Not by a secret conspiracy, but by something far more powerful: economics. Let's clarify something important. This is not about blaming women. It's not about attacking men either. This is about understanding the system everyone is operating inside. By the system, we mean the combined machinery of government, corporations, media, technology platforms, cultural institutions. And this system operates on one principle only: economic incentive. Things happen when they are profitable. Things don't happen when they're not. That's not ideology. That's how large systems work. No one is sitting in a room plotting against relationships, but millions of that feel intentional. And once you understand that, modern dating starts to make sense. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Relationship instability generates more economic activity than stability. Think about a breakup. One household becomes two rents or mortgages, two utility bills, two sets of furniture. Lawyers get paid, therapists get paid, dating apps get new subscribers. An entire breakup industry activates. Now compare that to a stable, long-term relationship. Shared expenses, less consumption, more saving. From a purely economic standpoint, a happy couple is less profitable than two lonely singles searching for connection. Dating apps don't want you to find the one. They want you to keep swiping. Social media doesn't want you content. It wants you comparing, scrolling, feeling inadequate, and buying things to fill the gap. The dysfunction isn't a bug. It's a feature. Look at what modern culture rewards: chaotic relationships, provocative content, transactional dynamics, material success over emotional stability. Platforms promote what generates engagement. Engagement generates revenue. Quiet stability doesn't trend. Drama does. When attention equals value, behavior changes. When young people see chaos rewarded and stability ignored, they don't learn partnership. They learn extraction. And this shapes expectations long before adulthood. By the time a woman reaches her mid-20s, she has absorbed powerful cultural messaging. You deserve everything. Having standards means having demands. Men should prove themselves through spending. Attention equals worth. None of this prepares someone for real partnership. It prepares them for leverage. This doesn't make women evil. It makes them conditioned. Just like men are conditioned, but differently. Men are taught, your value is what you provide. Love must be earned. Accept poor treatment or risk being alone. Suppress emotion until it leaks out destructively. Men fall hard emotionally, often without tools to manage attachment. This makes them vulnerable, not weak, vulnerable. And vulnerability without awareness is exploitable. There's an outdated narrative still pushed on men. Be a gentleman. Sacrifice endlessly. Put her needs first. Give everything, even when it's not reciprocated. This made sense in an era of mutual obligation. But the social contract changed. The expectations remained. The reciprocity disappeared. Giving endlessly without receiving is not virtue. It's extraction. True character requires wisdom, not blind compliance. Now add another layer. Influencers. An entire industry profits from keeping people anxious, single, and consuming content. Unrealistic standards. Zero accountability. Endless validation. Men and women are both fed distorted scripts. Different messages, same outcome. Conflict. Loneliness. Confusion. The influencers win. The platforms win. Real people lose. This dysfunction has consequences. High divorce rates, fatherless households, rising male suicide, emotional isolation. These are not statistics. These are lives. When a system consistently produces bad outcomes, the system is the problem, not the individuals struggling inside it. So what does a healthy relationship require today? Mutual investment, emotional control, not suppression, responsibility, realistic expectations, reliability. This runs against modern culture, which means finding someone aligned with these values takes time. Filtering is painful, but necessary. The people who want stability eventually find each other. The system is broken, and it won't fix itself. So stop taking it personally. Stop waiting for fairness. Stop expecting culture to change. Build yourself anyway. Heal your patterns. Raise your standards. End your VAW. Develop discernment. Wholeness attracts partners. Desperation attracts predators. You're not fighting women. You're not fighting men. You're navigating a system optimized for profit, not connection. Once you see the game clearly, you can choose how to play, or whether to play at all. There's a moment that changes everything. It's the moment when you stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What environment am I operating in?" Awareness doesn't magically fix dating, but it removes confusion. Confusion is what keeps people trapped. Confusion makes you overanalyze. Confusion makes you blame yourself for systemic problems. Once you understand that many of these patterns are structural, not personal, you stop internalizing rejection. You stop negotiating against yourself. You stop trying to earn basic respect. You realize something critical. Not everyone you're attracted to is capable of healthy connection, and that's not your failure. One of the most powerful skills a man can develop today is the ability to walk away. Not angrily, not bitterly, not dramatically, calmly. Walking away from disrespect, walking away from imbalance, walking away from dynamics where effort only flows one direction. Most dysfunctional systems rely on one thing: your participation. The moment you stop tolerating bad behavior, the system loses leverage over you. You don't argue. You don't explain endlessly. You don't chase closure. You simply disengage. That's not weakness. That's self-respect. Here's the uncomfortable part. Most people never escape these patterns, not because they're stupid, but because loneliness is terrifying. Being alone feels worse than being mistreated, at least in the short term. So people settle. They rationalize. They tolerate things they shouldn't. The system counts on this fear. It counts on your need for validation, your desire to be chosen, your reluctance, or temporary loneliness is cheaper than permanent dysfunction. Success in modern dating isn't about how many options you have. It's about how many bad options you can reject without fear. It's about choosing peace over chaos, clarity over intensity, consistency over excitement. The healthiest relationships often look boring from the outside. No constant drama, no emotional roller coasters, no power games, just two people choosing each other repeatedly. That kind of connection doesn't trend on social media, but it builds real lives. So if modern dating feels hostile, if you feel like the rules keep changing, if you're exhausted from trying to do everything right, understand this: you're not broken. You're not behind. You're not defective. You're navigating a system that profits from confusion. Your job isn't to fix it. Your job is to outgrow it. Build a life that doesn't depend on validation. Develop standards you're willing to enforce. Without negotiation. And remember this: a healthy relationship should feel like addition, not survival. When you stop trying to win a rigged game, you finally give yourself a chance to win at life.